What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by Jesse
What up, guys?
and Mike.
Hey,
Yeah, first of all, before we start, because we have a giant show for you today, there's a bunch of stuff that was announced at Gamescom. I do want to say thank you for all 66 subscribers. We are looking at that, and we really appreciate that. I also do want to mention that we did just launch our Patreon, so if you can please go over there, I'll have a link in the description below. Please subscribe to our Patreon because that will help us with the equipment we need to get better stuff, get our videos looking better, get better cameras, microphones, better video editing equipment, and all that other stuff. That really does support us, and it keeps us moving forward for sure. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this because there's a ton of announcements that were happening at Gamescom. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it live. I know Mike was watching some of it, and I know Jesse was watching some of it as well. But let's start with the first announcement that actually wasn't really Gamescom related, but it happened around the same time, and that is Destiny 2 getting a new expansion pack. Now, I personally haven't played Destiny 2 in a very long time. Actually, let me rephrase that. I haven't played Destiny 2 at all. I played the original Destiny, and I really loved it when it first came out. I thought the PvP was very fun. The PvE was also very fun as well. But unfortunately, I dropped off before the two expansion packs came out on there. I know, Mike, when me and you discussed, I know you used to play Destiny 2 a lot. What do you think about the expansion pack
yep.
they announced?
Well, I fell off around Beyond Light because back then it started getting like too repetitive and you had to pay for all the cool stuff. But I have friends who keep playing and they say that like after the Witch Queen, everything like the story got better and they stopped so much as like the pay cosmetics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the I watched it and I'm excited about like this expansion. Like they have like a new super, they have like a new power, they have a grapple hook in Destiny, which I'm like, that's super dope. Like
That's
now you can,
actually cool.
yeah, it changes the whole like pace of the game, like because you can use the grappling hook on like the older stuff too, so it completely like changes the whole pace.
Yeah.
And like it's getting to the end of Destiny 2 because after this expansion, this one's called Lightfall, and then the next one's called the Final Form or Final Shape, and after that, Destiny's like done. You know what I mean? Like, so it's getting to like the end of like the Light and Dark saga or whatever what they call it. But from what I'm seeing, like they added a new planet, Neptune, with like new like uh pseudo guardians. I forgot what they're called. It's like Sky something like, but
Yeah, I
it's
did see that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's yeah, the new environment too. They say they're gonna make it like city like, and so like when you're walking down the city, you see like Cabal patrols like going down the city and everything. So I'm excited. I don't know. We'll see what they do with it because like in the past, to me, Destiny has gotten repetitive, but it looks like they're trying to like change that repetitiveness of like having like the same because they weren't putting out content. That's why I stopped playing. It was like the
Yeah.
same raids. It was like the same it was the same everything, and so now it looks like they're trying to put everything out like more content out.
Yeah.
So we'll see because it comes out February 23rd, I want to say. So I'm definitely gonna hop back on. I'm gonna stream it. You know what I mean? Like I'll
Yeah.
stream it on here because I still have a whole Destiny clan that plays religiously. I'm just the only one who fell off.
Yeah.
You know.
No, like I haven't, like I said, I haven't played it in a while, but like it's funny. I've been looking for a good sci-fi game to play, and I think this
You
is
should.
gonna get me back into it because the city environment. I did watch the commentary for that. It does look pretty amazing, and I'm one of those that I do love the grappling hook. Like in Halo Infinite, I that was my main.
It was perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That was my main choice to use. I'll swing around everywhere like Spider-Man. Like I really love that, and them adding that to Destiny makes it look pretty interesting. I also liked how they said you will be able to go into buildings and things like that. And it's kind of a game I wanted. Like after playing like Mass Effect, I really wish there were more games similar in that aspect where you also have like towns you can visit to and things like that. So no, I'm excited for this. This might actually get me to go into Destiny. What I do hope that gets fixed is that the anti-cheat stuff with the Steam Deck because I really would love to play that on the Steam Deck. But if not, I'll
Yeah,
cop it on the
yeah.
PS5
Oh.
or Xbox. But yeah, exactly. I told you guys before. I play most of my gaming in bed, which is there's really only two consoles you can do that with, or two devices, right? You have the Switch or the Steam Deck. You could remote play, but it's just not the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's too laggy.
Yeah,
totally
But
agree with you on that.
I will say getting into Destiny at this point,
yeah.
that's my only other gripe is like it's
There's a
so
lot of stuff.
daunting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's so you probably have to spend like I want to say like, and this is like a really rough estimate, I would say at least like 75 to 100 hours before you can even get to the end game stuff if you never played Destiny 2.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's the only thing I wish they would fix is it's hard to get new people in. They made it free to play, but you still have to pay for the fun stuff, so
yeah,
it's like kind of like worthless,
yeah.
so
yeah.
but
Well,
we'll see, man.
yeah, definitely. That new expansion pack
Definitely.
comes out later on next year. So yeah, all you Destiny fans out there watching this, hopefully you guys are excited for this. There's one other thing I want to talk about. This was actually announced at Gamescom, but I wanted to mention it before we start going into all the games announced. Is PlayStation announced brand new hardware. And no, it's not a console or anything like that. It's not PlayStation VR. It's actually a new controller. It's basically their
I'm
answer
buying it
to the Elite controller. Yeah, you're gonna buy that, Mike?
day one, bro. I
See,
just
Oh,
I,
day
I
one.
just love tech stuff, man. Like
yeah,
even with the Elite controller, I was so hype. I bought it day one, and it ended up being like kind of trash. Like the
yeah,
first version, the second version, like my whole grips came. I still have it. Like I don't know where it is, but like my whole grips came off. My buttons stopped working. It was just trash. The second one's a little better, but it's still not as good. Hopefully, PlayStation does it better.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, for me, it's just like I don't know, like well, we don't have pricing or anything like that, but I'm sure it's gonna be probably competitive for like 150
It's gonna be
bucks or something like
180.
that.
I'm calling it
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now, dude.
it's like for that price, it's like nah. It's like I stick to my 8-bit Duke controllers. Are like a fraction of that price, and they work great. I mean, I can't play it on PS5, but I have I have a couple dual senses already. Though I do like the dual sense controller, it does feel great. I just prefer the 8-bit Duke controller. Are you gonna get it, Jesse?
yeah. I'm buying it day
You
one.
gonna buy it?
Honestly,
So I guess I'm the
I'm
only
like
one not
looking
buying it.
they
at
they
it.
sold me as soon as you
Yeah.
saw that trailer, and it's like, oh, it's coming apart, and you can add all your like customized parts to it, and like, there's going to be like tons of face plates now.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I hope it does, it has a better battery life.
It's
Like,
not. It's
Yeah.
gonna be worse. I guarantee it, dude.
oh
With all
man,
this stuff,
yeah.
it's like
Well, if it's
That's
100,
true.
if it's going to be like what we're thinking, 180, I hope it has a better battery life.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the only gripe.
You have to have two PS5 controllers because if you play for more than 2 hours at a time,
Yep.
like you
Yep.
need to have one charging because one's not gonna last, dude.
Yep.
No,
Like,
dude.
That's how it is. I have three right now. Almost had four because I wanted to get the blue or the purple one.
I
Yeah.
want the
But yeah,
purple
I
one.
have three, and then I just cycle through them. Like if one dies, I go to the next one. If that one dies, I go to the next one. Uh,
Yeah,
it kind of sucks, It's not like the Switch controller, right? The Switch Pro controller lasts a very long time. I charge it like once a month or something like that, because it's a very long lasting controller. It gets to the point where I forget to charge it, and therefore it dies. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, hey,
The
if
Xbox Elite too.
Yeah.
It lasts forever.
yeah.
That thing
PlayStation's
lasts a
the worst
lifetime.
contender when it comes to battery
Yeah,
life.
and I don't get why they can't make a good battery life. Because if you remember when the Wii U Pro controller came out, those had like
So
60
good.
hours of battery life. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why can't you do the same thing? And the Wii U Pro controller also was like super light as well, and it had rumble and a lot. I mean, I get it, the DualSense has more features, but still, like a 2-3 hour battery life,
I don't
it's not.
understand, dude.
You
It
need,
doesn't cut it too, man.
yeah, you gotta have longer than that. I shouldn't have to charge my controller after every play session. Uh,
Bro, I got to the point where I took a micro or USB Type C cable, got a
yeah,
10-foot one. So when I was playing Elden
Right.
Ring, I just kept it
You
hardwired
just kept
yeah,
because
it plugged
like,
in, dude.
might as well. Yeah,
you never knew, bro. You
yeah,
never know.
Well,
yeah,
we'll see. Apparently, with this one, there's going to be a bunch of features. So I hope it's good,
yeah.
But you know how it is with version one of things. There's going to be like a bunch of flaws.
Yeah,
So
they
Yeah.
to mention some of the features, they're programmable, so you can have like different sets. So like, let's say if you're playing a shooter, you can adjust the triggers, you can adjust the analog sticks of how they feel. If you're gonna play an action game, you can have a different set. I don't know what you want to call it, like a different scenario, I guess you can call it, or a different program where you can put it like this to program two, where it has a different feel for the controllers and so forth. So that is a pretty neat feature. Um, I mean, I guess we'll wait and see. Hey, if you want us to do an unboxing video when they get it, like and subscribe so we can definitely take a look at that and have that
Oh, we
video up
got you
there.
for
Oh
sure,
yeah, we
bro.
Yeah.
got you.
Like we got you for
We're
sure.
probably gonna do it anyways, but still, hit a like,
Yeah.
subscribe. So when we do that video, now getting into the meat of Gamescom, let's start going with all the stuff they announced. The first thing I want to cover is Sonic Frontier. So that's a game that was announced, if you remember, a while back, and the first impressions of it were like, okay, this is interesting. And then IGN had their like exclusive first look, and everybody was like, wow, like this looks horrible. Like the graphics weren't that great. Like this open world, there's kind of like what we were talking about in the last episode. This open world is full of nothingness. Like Sonic's is made to go fast and go through stuff, but there's nothing
Sonic's
there.
not made for open world, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But this new trailer they did show, and they also announced a release date, actually does look a lot better. So the last Nintendo Direct, they did show a trailer where you have I forgot what they were called, but they're these little worlds you go to, and basically you get your full 3D Sonic moment, where it's go from beginning to end, straightforward. They showed off more of that. They showed off more zones. You're not just in that grassy area. There's a desert area. There's like a rocky area. It's looking to me more promising. I'm still I'm hoping it's a good Sonic, right? Like we haven't had a good Sonic in a very long time. Honestly, I'd
Well,
say just
well,
yeah,
no, the ones they did, the remakes they did on the Switch were good. Like
yeah.
with the older games,
The
like
talking about Mania or
yeah, and they
yeah,
did another one after that
yeah, the
too.
collection. But that's not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
a new game. That's a remake, right? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
yeah, and also I say like the last good Sonic game really was Sonic Generations, which was having all those old levels redesigned for 3D and 2D environment. That was like the last best Sonic game. After that, yeah, Forces, which wasn't that great. Mania was good because it was a good 2D, but as far as the 3D Sonic goes, there hasn't been too many great ones. Are you guys thinking of getting it?
I might get it on sale. Like I'll wait till it goes on sale.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm
just
I'm with Jesse on that one.
because with Sonic games, it's been a letdown after a letdown after a letdown. Like you said, Generations
yeah,
was like the last great Sonic game. So like seeing the beginning trailers when it first got announced in IGN's, there wasn't nothing for me on it to be like that. Plus, I wasn't really like a Sonic fan growing up. I was mostly Zelda, Mario, stuff like that, so Sonic was always on the back burner. So like I said, I'm just gonna wait till it just gets on sale.
yeah,
Give it like 6 months, it'll be $19.
Yeah, I think the new 19's 30 nowadays though, because all the games are 70.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's gonna be like $30. It'll be $30 on Black Friday next year.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, no, I feel the same way though. I mean, honestly, unless like it's the best thing since sliced bread, I'm probably not gonna cop it, dude. Like, and like
Yeah.
I think that's one of those games I'm gonna wait for everyone else to play it,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, all right, I'll play it if it's good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take a look at reviews, and if reviews are if they have it as an 8, then I'll probably get it. If it's
Yeah.
anything less than that, I'll probably wait for a sale. I just want a good Sonic game. Like honestly, Generations is fun. I always go back to it. I love Sonic Unleashed, except for the Werehog levels. I'm not a big fan of those, but like the actual Sonic levels are really they're done really well. And
Yeah.
they just need to go back to that formula. Honestly, they need to go back to the formula of Sonic Adventure. That's really what they need to do. Just do another Sonic Adventure.
Oh, they won't.
You don't have to change it that much. Like look at what Mario does. Mario is always very similar, but they add little bits and pieces to make it feel like a brand new adventure. You can do the same exact thing with Sonic. I feel like. But yeah, Sonic Frontier. The release date they announced was November 8th, 2022. So yeah, I might buy it, might not. We'll
Oh,
see.
that comes out soon.
Yeah, very
Oh
soon.
wow.
Just a few
Oh,
months
Wow,
from
just
it's
now.
a
like
month. Yeah, like okay.
I guess we'll see.
oh
Maybe it'll
man.
be on
We'll
sale for
see.
Black Friday too. Who knows?
Yeah, who
Yeah,
knows?
Yeah.
yeah.
The next one that they announced was the Everywhere game. So this was like an open world. It's an open world game, and it's like an evolving game. It's weird. Like it looked like it's definitely
Fortnite.
yeah. It looked like
Oh
Fortnite. That's the first thing I
yeah, it
thought.
kind of did.
It looked a lot like Fortnite. It was hard to tell exactly what it is. I didn't watch like the post commentary about the game. I just watched the trailer. But it basically yeah, it's just like an evolving world where the world's supposed to be change in real time, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's one of those open world games that I probably won't care about and I probably won't play with, but who
and it
knows?
won't last.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
won't last.
It's
yeah,
gonna be a gimmick, dude. When you try to compete with something,
yeah,
you never come out on top, man.
Yeah.
It's just like it's proven, like what like all these games try to copy, especially like AAA games. They
yeah,
always try to copy each other, and they're never as good as what they're trying to copy.
yeah. Well, I
Like
Yeah.
mean, fun fact: Fortnite did copy PUBG, and Fortnite's more
Yeah,
popular
but
than PUBG.
yeah, but that's
let's.
like a little. Have you like it's way different though. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
like.
PUBG is definitely not a fast-paced game. Like
yeah,
it's definitely like a lot like slower.
yeah,
I will say like yeah, you're right. They did copy it, but they put their own twist on it.
yeah,
Like
Yep.
but like for example, like everyone's trying to copy open worlds and just do like towers where you open the map, you know what I mean, like and stuff like
yeah.
that. And it's like
Ubi
like stuff like
towers.
that.
That's what they
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, pretty
Ubi
much.
Tower.
I'm
Yeah,
still on Horizon Forbidden West, and it's the same thing. You still climb the tall necks, you know what I mean, to
yeah.
unlock
Yeah.
the map and everything. And I'm like, I wonder where they got that idea from.
It's
Like
the Ubi Tower, bro. That's what it boils down to.
Well,
I mean, everywhere from what I saw, because I saw like the posts like after the trailer,
yeah,
they were talking about it. They were very limited on what they were saying it
yeah.
was. They
It was
couldn't
very
go into
vague.
too much details. They just said, "Hey, look, it's a evolving open world," and kind of left it like that.
Yeah.
Like,
if it's not
and
Ready Player One, I don't care.
yeah, me either. Like,
Like yeah, at first I thought this was like a more like a PlayStation Home type of deal. Like you remember PlayStation Home when that
yeah,
was out on PS3? Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that's what it was, but then when you saw the shooting, I was like, oh, it's a Fortnite clone or something.
well,
How
But
long did PlayStation Home last? Like a month?
no,
Like,
definitely longer than
oh,
that. I mean, there's some
yeah, it
diehard
lasted.
fans that wanted to come back. So
because
Well, there's
yeah,
the modding community re-brought back the servers or doing their own host servers,
yeah,
and if you had a modded PS3, you could still play PlayStation Home if you wanted to.
yeah, it's
that's kind of crazy.
still
Yeah,
popular,
they
and I think wasn't there don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that Jim Ryan, the president of Sony, he said that they're looking at bringing back PlayStation Home. I could have been wrong, but I could have sworn
yeah,
he
that
said
was
something
like
like that.
I remember that was like forever ago where he kind of mentioned that he wanted to bring that back because of how popular
Yeah,
like that become
yeah,
like throughout the years where like there's a group that dedicated their lives to re-bring back the servers and have it running.
yeah.
That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, same here. I'm with you on that. That's definitely not for me. Maybe when I was younger, but now, nah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd
nah, I
rather play
don't.
a good MMO. I'd rather if I'm
Yeah,
gonna do that, I'd rather hop back on WoW or something. You
yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, Everywhere game does not have a release date. Or I think the game is just called Everywhere, not Everywhere game. But
Yo,
yeah,
quote me now. Yo, right now, I'm calling it right now on this podcast, dude. It's gonna fail within a year, dude.
Oh, I
well,
give it 6 months after release.
6 months, okay.
I give
Like,
it six
but
months after release.
well, we'll see. But speaking of MMOs, Dune was announced with a brand new open world survival MMO. I'm a fan of the new Dune movie. I really enjoyed it. I watched it recently. Well, not too recently, like a few months
it was
ago.
super good.
Yeah, and I really liked it. I can't wait for the next part to it. And I actually after that I rewatched the original Dune just to compare it. And I do like the world that they built. I like everything that they had going for it. So this has my interest, but again, like most MMOs, they just don't live up to the hype. I was just hoping it was just like a single player game that you can play, but it being a survival MMO, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'll try it
I'm
out.
I'm going to try it out. It looks good,
Yeah,
from what it was, but it was very vague in the
yeah.
trailer.
It's
Like,
just a cinematic trailer, unfortunately.
yeah, it was like open
I
world
hate it, bro.
survival
Yeah,
MMO. Like, is it going to be like Rust, where like even
yeah,
if you're logged off, like does like if somebody attacks your base,
yeah,
does it mean when you hop on you have nothing, or is it dedicated servers, or is it peer to peer? There's
yeah,
really no telling.
yeah.
Well,
That's
I don't know. I mean, like James said, it's just a cinematic trailer. The
Yeah.
only reason I'm gonna keep an eye out for it is because I love like the Dune world.
Yeah.
Like I
Yep.
think it's super like high
Interesting.
like sci-fi. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Yeah, it's
it's
interesting.
yeah, it's super. Like if you watch the movie, like that
Yeah.
caught my attention. Like like 10 seconds in, I'm like, all right, let's
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
Like I was
The
hyped.
movie, I really enjoyed the movie, like the newer one. Like I was really hooked into it. I loved like the cast that they had. The fighting scenes were amazing. Everything about it was really
Yeah.
amazing. I'm super hyped for the second movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dune as a franchise is gonna blossom now. I know
Yeah.
it's been out since like the 70s
Yeah.
or
70s,
like
I
something
think,
like
like
that.
late 70s, early
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, but I think it's getting some traction now, especially like because there's such a like cult fan base for Dune
Yeah.
that anything Dune
Yeah.
people buy up. There's already a game out, Dune Spice Wars
Yeah.
on Steam. It's like a
Yeah. It's like
um
a RTS, isn't it?
RTS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
RTS.
I did see that.
Which I've been wanting to play it. I haven't played it yet, but it looks good. And
Yeah.
I'm like, the only reason I'm like, it says Dune, so I'm like, I'm gonna be like a zombie and buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, Dune gets more, single player games because I would love to play a single player game. Make it something similar to Mass Effect, or not even Mass Effect, because there's a lot of melee combat in the Dune movie, so you can do something. I don't know.
If they
So
made it like The Witcher, but Dune,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah, it'd be
make
worth
it
it.
like a good story,
yeah,
but like make it open world, but like with an active world,
yeah,
like especially with the worm running around. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
exactly. That
so
would
it's
be
like I
dope.
think it'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's look forward to that. They didn't give a release date on that, but yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that one because I'm interested. I just don't like the MMO aspect of it, but I am interested, so I'll
Yeah.
definitely be keeping an eye out on that one. But moving on, and no pun intended, our next game that was announced was Moving Out 2. So I'm not sure if you guys played this, but that game is super dope. I played it a lot with my kids, and it's hilarious. It's fun. Basically, the premise of the game is you're these movers, and you're moving out. People are basically moving out, and you have to go in and grab like the couches, like the microwaves, and so forth. You gotta grab all these items and put them in the truck. But there's a bunch of obstacles and different ways you have to put it in, and there's a time frame to do all this in. So like some of them you might need to team up with a second player, and you have to throw something across a pool to make it as fast as you can. If you grab a TV and you drop it on the floor, it can break, and you lose points for that.
Oh, okay.
So part two looks to be the same exact thing, just newer levels, and hey, I'm excited for that. How about you guys?
Oh,
They said there's gonna be a multiplayer to it as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
multiplayer was in
Online
part one as
co-op.
well. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's online co-op now. Is
Online co-op.
the
Yeah.
new? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn the original one was, but I only played locally
Oh,
with my kids, so I'm not sure.
I have no clue either.
I have never played this game, so
Yeah.
I'm literally just talking.
Oh man.
Like,
Yeah, that's with
Hey,
me.
you
I'm
like
just
indie
talking.
games? I'm telling you, we'll have to see because it was on Game Pass. If it's still on Game Pass, all three of us might have to go on there and play it some. Maybe we'll do a live stream because, like I said, it's hilarious
yeah.
and
Okay.
it's fun. Yeah, we might have to do a live stream on that so we can get the
And if
audience
there's
looking
no
at that.
online co-op, I know
Oh,
the second one will have it. So
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
we
So
can
the
get on
second
that.
one has it, so
Yeah,
there's no need.
but definitely keep an eye on that because, like I said, it's a fun
A
party
release date
game.
for it?
I don't think it just says coming 2023, so no, there's no release date on that right now. But hey, part one is there, and I think we're gonna give it a try for sure. So
Yeah,
you guys better
definitely.
open up your schedules. So we're gonna do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
The next one was just Hogwarts Legacy. They just showed a new trailer. It's kind of more of the same thing. We already know that it's coming out February 23rd, I think, or February 20 something, 2023. Um, we already had a podcast about that. We discussed that already, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail. But yeah, it looks just more of Hogwarts Legacy. That's it.
I
We'll
think
see.
the I
I'm
think the only
skeptical about that one still.
Yeah, same
I
here.
honestly I think the only thing that they showed was like tempting to use dark magic,
Yeah,
which is like okay, cool. Like if you're a bad guy, whatever. I already said last podcast I'm going pass on it. So
yeah. I mean, we'll see if
We
it's
should-
interesting enough, and I'll look at reviews and gameplay.
yeah,
If it's interesting enough, then yeah, for sure, I'll give it a try.
It's definitely like I'm not like stoked about it, you know what I mean? Like, but if it's good, I'll give it a try.
yeah,
You know.
exactly.
No, definitely. Our next game was new Tales of Borderlands. So I did not play the original Tales of Borderlands. So this just looks like to be just another Tales game like Walking Dead and Batman and all that.
Hard pass.
Pass.
No.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
tell you. I will tell you straight up. Play Tales of the Borderlands.
It's good.
It's the.
I don't like those kind of games.
Yeah, same
It's
here.
Okay, you guys are going to say that, but it's the best Telltale game, like hands down, and the best Borderlands game. Like no lie.
For me, I just don't. It's kind of like visual novels, right? Like I can't get
Just
into
try
it.
Just try it.
Detroit, that Detroit game.
Detroit
Become Human?
Yeah, that's the only one I played. Story was sick. I liked it, but like, I don't think I could do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's.
I would say with this one, if you're like a big Borderlands fan, like I am, and of course my girlfriend is, like, it's hands down. It's actually funny. Like, they get a good voice cast. Like,
Yeah.
I've never
and
played a Telltale game either, so I don't know.
honestly, and even all the stuff from Tales of was ported into Borderlands 3 and actually made it canon into the story.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play this one. Like, hands down, I'm ready for it.
Well, I'm glad you're excited for it, Jesse, because I'm not, unfortunately.
Dang.
But yeah.
Hey,
But hey,
Well,
who
it
knows?
comes out-
Who knows? My mind might change. You know, you never know. I might change my mind and give it a try. But unfortunately, that's just not on my radar. It does come out October 21st, 2022. So that's not that
Oh, that's super
long.
soon.
Not
Yep.
that soon.
Couple
That's
months from
soon.
now. Hey, if it's
I
part
might
of
have to.
if it's part of Game Pass or PlayStation Premium, I'll give it a try. If it's not,
I guess.
For
I guess I might have to stream it by myself then.
yeah. Hey,
I'll join your stream, bro.
hey, this,
Okay, cool.
this is why we're a 3-man team and why I picked all three of us, because even though we have a lot of similar tastes, we also have different tastes, which keeps it, good and fresh, right? If we all like the same thing, it would be boring, right? We'll all
It would be.
be too many yes men
Agreeing with
here.
each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Oh man. But anyways, the next game that was announced was Under the Waves. It looked a lot like Subnautica, except without the I guess I don't know where it looks more realistic compared to Subnautica. It's just an underwater exploration game. Did you guys take a look at that trailer?
Yeah, I watched it for like the whole two. I think it was a
Yeah.
2-minute trailer.
Not for me.
I might pick it up, but at the moment it's something that I don't feel like I will be invested in.
Mike's already shaking his head no.
Those games are so, like, the realistic ones are so time consuming. Like, what's that space game?
Yeah.
It was on Game Pass.
No Man's Sky.
There's No Man's Sky, and there was like another one that's even more in depth.
Oh,
Yeah,
like Moon something?
I can't remember what it was called,
I
but like,
think I know
I'm
which one
sure
you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like
I know which one.
there's like a space game that's like super like in depth, and it's like kind of like No Man's Sky, and it's just so time consuming, bro. I tried to play that game,
Yeah.
and like I couldn't even take off in my ship, dude. And I'm like, I'm done, dude. I'm too stupid for this game.
Oh man.
And I feel like that's gonna be the same thing. Like, I feel like I'm gonna spend $60, get home, and then like turn it on, and then it's like, oh, I don't even know how to do anything. I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of like shut it off.
Oh man.
I'm gonna look up this game because it's bothering me.
Well, if you find it, let us know. The next game was Goat Simulator 3.
Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous, yeah.
Elite Dangerous, yep.
Actually, that wasn't the game I was thinking about. I was thinking about a different game. If I find it, I'll let you guys know.
Astroneer? Or
Yeah,
something
that's the
like
one
that?
I was thinking of.
Okay.
Astroneer.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hated that one too.
Oh yeah, hated it.
But yeah, Ghost Simulator 3 was also announced. This is actually the second part in the Ghost Simulator series. If you remember, I believe it was on our first podcast, I mentioned that was really the only simulator type game I played. And it's just a hilarious game where you play as goats and you just mess around with people. This looks like the same thing, just stepped up above. If you looked at the trailer, it's just a bunch of people running into each other, like messing up people's lives. What do you guys think about it?
I think it's funny that they said there was never gonna be a Goat Simulator 2.
Yeah.
So they went straight to 3.
Yeah.
Joke.
I'm like, that's so stupid. But I've never played the first one, but it looks like one of those things where you have like a long stressful day at work and you get home and you just turn your brain off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like kind of play it.
It
So
is.
I'm probably gonna check it out.
There's
I
like.
know-
Go ahead, Jesse.
I feel like it's going to be a Game Pass game.
It
Like
might,
if it comes
yeah,
on Game Pass, I'm not going to spend 70 on it, but if it's on Game Pass or if like a Steam sale and it's
yeah.
like $5, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I mean
But
the original game was fun because there's these little challenges to get the costumes. Like, for example, like if you want to get a prom dress, it says you have to pretty much headbutt the prom queen. So you go and find the school, you find the prom queen, and then you go and just run into her, and she just goes flying everywhere, and then it unlocks the dress for you. It's like it's stupid stuff like that, but it's hilarious. They had other ones like artwork. If you want to be like the artist costume, you go to this area where they're showing like an art exhibit, you just headbutt and just break all the artwork, and then you'll go ahead and get that. There's a
Oh,
bunch
okay.
of challenges they do that make it fun. I'm actually pretty excited for it. But like you, I think I'll wait. If it's on Game Pass or PlayStation Premium, I'll definitely give it a try. And it has co-op now,
that's
which I think is really fun.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
it's still gonna be a sale game for me.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
everything goes on sale. Like right now, the Destiny 2 expansion's on sale on
yeah,
GOG and Games Planet and stuff like
yeah.
that. So like
yeah.
everything goes on sale. Like
Hey,
it's gonna be on the back burner.
I would get Destiny 2 if it was working on Steam Deck, but come on, Bungie,
I'm
fix
gonna
that.
call them
Yeah,
personally, dude.
exactly. Fix it. The next game that was announced was Moonbreaker, and it's funny. These are from the makers of Subnautica, which the Under the Waves is very similar to. This is a different type of game. It's a strategy RPG in the vein of like XCOM, where you control these little figures and basically you just go through and just fight. Looks interesting. Like you heard in our previous podcast, I do love strategy RPG games, whether it's a
Yep.
tactics based game or something similar. It looks interesting. I definitely am looking forward to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it day one though. It's one of those things that I'll probably wait and see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't that one's one of those really like unique ones that it's either gonna be really good or really bad.
Yeah,
Like I don't think there's gonna be like a middle ground for that.
yeah, oh yeah,
So
for sure.
so I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah,
Especially like I'm so like I'm so jaded to like video games nowadays that like I can't get excited because I've been burned so many times.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I watch these and I'm like, whatever. Like we'll see. Like
I guess I'll buy it and then I'll let you guys know. And then worst
that
case scenario, if I have to return it, I can return it.
Hey,
Like I'm
or they
excited.
can send us a review copy, and then
Hey,
hey,
hey, that
right.
can always happen.
Tag 'em.
Because I think with it being a strategy RPG, that's sparking up my alley. So like, why not? Like,
Yeah,
see how it is. Worst case scenario, like I said, I just return it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wait and see.
When did that come out?
They didn't. I don't believe they gave a
Uh,
release date. I didn't see it on the
Release date.
trailer.
20
Um,
they said 2023 or something like that. I don't know if they gave a date. I know it's like next year.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
they gave a
sometime
date.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of all the games we mentioned right now, this next game is a day one buy for me. I'm pretty sure it's a day one buy for you guys because we are Elden Ring fans, we are Souls like fans, and that is Lies of P, a darker version of Pinocchio. At least that's what it was when it originally was. The original trailer was released. That's what they were saying it is, but it looks amazing. Like it looks way
Looks
better
really
than what I
good.
thought it was gonna be. After watching that trailer, I was just super hyped. It looks almost like it has the speed of Sekiro. If you see how
Yep.
fast everybody's moving and you have like all these different techniques, dude, I'm super hyped. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super hyped. I can't wait for this game.
So,
That's
so
a
I
day one
watched
for
the
me.
trailer like while I was on my lunch break. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, that Bloodborne 2 got announced. And then
yeah,
when I saw
it's very
Lies of P, I was like, all right, cool. I'm cool with it. Like,
yeah.
this
The
game looked great from like the
the
beginning, from like the first trailer. It sold me. So this is definitely a day one buy for me.
Yeah, I like the steampunk like aspect of it where you're fighting like these like like steam robot type things. It has me very interested. Honestly, like I'm gonna confess, I didn't think this was a real game. Kind of like was it Black Wukong? The If you ever watched that,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just a trailer and they're like, oh yeah, we're hiring for developers. But I was like, I don't think this is a real game. I think it's just
Well,
for show.
well,
I thought
they're saying,
Lies of P was that. I thought this was just some type of publicity stunt. It's not a real game. But hey, it says it's coming 23. I'm super hyped.
Well, the Wukong game got a gameplay trailer not too long ago.
Well, they had a plenty of gameplay trailers. That's the thing,
Yeah.
and to me that doesn't
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anything. Like you can have a
Yeah,
gameplay trailer, but it
I feel
doesn't mean
like the
anything.
I feel like it's going to end up being like a tech demo.
Yeah,
That's basically
yeah, but Liza P. Well, you said it comes out 2023.
yeah,
2023.
Yeah, we'll see. 2023 is starting to be like super hype.
yeah,
2020 2023 is becoming the 1997 of video
yeah.
games right now.
It's
Yeah, I hope, man, because it's
Like,
been
oh,
dry. It's been
yeah,
dry the past few years, man.
yeah. I mean, you can blame the pandemic on that, but yeah, the past few years
yeah.
has been hit and miss. But yeah, 2023. I mean, my most anticipated game is supposed to come out in 2023, aka Breath of the Wild 2, or the sequel to Breath of the
It's
Wild.
not gonna happen.
You don't
That's
think
not
so?
It's
happening.
not gonna. I
You don't
don't
No,
think
think it's
so?
gonna happen.
I think it is because
nah,
I
they
think
delayed it. It was
I
supposed to
don't,
come
I
out
don't think
this year,
so.
remember? And then they announced that they delayed
yeah.
it to spring 2023.
But I don't think it's happening.
You don't think so?
I think
I
I think it's 2024. Like I
nah.
have a gut feeling it's going to be
I think
2024.
Switch 2. Like I
Yeah.
think they're gonna hold it off like Switch 2 like kind of deal like to
So
be like a release title.
so hear me on this. And I know we're jumping from topics right now. But I don't believe the Switch 2 is going to come out anytime soon. And the reason why
I think
is
it will.
it seems like their most recent games, they're now using upscaling techniques to go ahead and try to fix their graphical issues. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is doing it. Splatoon 3 is doing it. They already found out that it's using FSR. And if they can continue implementing FSR on all these games, I think that's going to be their way to extend that Switch cycle. So if we do get a new
Maybe.
Switch, it'll probably be another
Maybe.
couple years. Yeah, uh,
I say Switch 2 is like 2025. That's like
yeah,
my
2020,
bet.
I would agree
late
with
Yeah.
that.
2020,
Yeah,
late 2024, early 2025.
yeah,
Probably
Because
March.
by that time the PS5 and Xbox Series X is gonna be what, like 4 years old?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, so I think it's about time for like to switch for upgrade after that.
Oh, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully by then they'll have way more powerful hardware that's capable of like 4K, in docked, and I'm okay with 720p in handheld, but if you can up it to 1080p, hey, more power.
That's
I don't
fine.
mind that.
Yo, 2K are dead. You know what I mean? Like I want 1440p on handheld.
Yeah, I want
I feel like not
1440.
enough people like utilize like 1440. Like
Yeah,
It's the
that's
perfect
true.
resolution.
it's
It's
a
like the
perfect
perfect
resolution.
resolution.
Yeah, most of the games I play on PC, I play at 1440 because
1440.
it's, yeah, 4K. It's just too demanding. Where 1440p is like that good for a mixture of resolution to performance there. At least with
It
my
still looks
specs.
great. Like
Yeah.
it still looks really good.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, anyways, Liza P comes out next year. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. That is a
oh
game
yeah,
I will be
definitely.
playing day one. And who knows, I might do a live stream for it, honestly. If a live stream does come out, or if we do decide to do a live stream, we definitely need all three of us to do it. But for sure, I think I'm gonna go ahead
Oh yeah.
with that.
I
I'm
think
about it.
it might be a day one stream, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it, and hopefully it has multiplayer because that'll be even better. We can join each other's world and
Oh,
go through
that'd
with
be
that.
cool.
You know what I am gonna stream on day one is a Callisto Protocol for sure.
I
Oh,
did
Like
forget to mention that. Oh
yeah,
man,
like
I thought I wrote that in the
yeah.
notes. Oh shoot.
Yeah. I will say like that's like a day one for me because like I love Dead Space.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
that's and it's like by the same people that pretty much made like Dead Space.
yeah, it is the
So
same
like
team. Yeah.
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 So
So
it's definitely gonna be like a day one, and like I'm such a scaredy cat when it comes to like horror games. You know what I mean? But I still love them like
Yeah, like
nonetheless.
it's funny. Like I can muster the strength if I need to get through horror games, as long as there's light outside. Like
yeah.
if
Right?
there's no
Yeah.
light outside,
Of
then I'm
Oh,
course.
like,
Yeah.
you
I'm
see,
like,
I'm cool. I'm cool with the dark room while playing a horror game.
Yeah.
Fun fact
Right.
though, for the original Dead Space, I did play it in the dark and I had surround sound, and I'll never forget because where I was living at, like me and my wife was sleeping and I was playing it. I had all the speakers there, and she woke me up to shut it off because of the noises you hear in Dead Space. Because you could hear like the I forget
Yeah.
what the aliens are
Yep.
called, the necromorphs going through
Necromorph. Yeah.
the vents and things like that. But
It's
yeah, I did play
creepy,
that whole
dude.
game in the dark.
You see, like my day one is going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like that actually looks super good.
I
Yeah, that looks
haven't
good.
checked that out. I know those were other
I seen the
games.
trailer.
There's definitely a bunch of games that were announced at Gamescom
Yeah.
that we didn't get to mention today. But Callisto Protocol is one that I wanted to mention. I completely forgot about that. I thought I had put it in the notes. And the funny thing about that game too is Dead Space, I believe, comes out what, like 2 months after.
Yeah,
Because Callisto Protocol is this fall, I think, and then
No, it's December 2nd.
December 2nd. Okay, so it's December
December
2nd,
2nd.
and Dead Space is February, I believe. The Dead Space remake.
February.
Yeah. I
I
think
think
it's
Yeah.
sometime
January or
February.
February or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, one of you guys do a fact check on me before. Yeah, because I don't want
Yeah.
keyboard warriors to start attacking me from there. Be like, you know.
Um, yeah, I got you.
On, I got pulled up real quick.
Yeah.
No, why do I? That's not
January
the-
27th,
Yep,
2022.
January
So
27th.
yeah, so almost a month later, a month and a half later. It's gonna be interesting to see when we get to that point. I think we're gonna have a podcast or a video, separate video, just to say which is better, the
I
OG
think
team or
uh,
the remake.
so the thing is, like, with the remake, you already have like a
You already have a
story
base.
and a
Yeah.
game. You have a base. So I think like the studio behind Callisto Protocol is gonna have a tougher time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you have to
Yep.
like kind of like you have to make a new story, you have to like make new gameplay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Big time.
I honestly got my money in Callisto Protocol though. Like I have faith. I have faith. And like I don't get excited about games, but I think that one's gonna be like the one. You know?
You
Yeah.
know what's funny also is after Dead Space, a few months from then, we have Resident Evil 4 remake as well,
Oh,
which is another one
Yo,
that it's going to be a nice
they
year.
can't. They
2023 is
can't.
definitely looking
all
to
my
be
bad
amazing.
dreams forever, dude.
They can't. They can't mess it up, bro. I hope
Yeah.
they don't mess it up.
I
I,
don't
Like
think they will, man.
RE4.
There's very
Look.
rare that a remake like mess or like like a remake or remaster like kind of like
Yeah.
messes it up.
I mean,
I think
Resident.
it's gonna be like
Resident Evil 4 is a big part of like my gaming experience.
Yeah.
Like that was my grandma got me that for my birthday, like because I went to GameStop and they were like, "Nah, dude, you can't buy this. You're not 18." So my grandma walks in there and buys it for me for my birthday. The dude was like, "Hey, is that for that kid?" And she's like, "No, it's for me." Like,
yeah.
so I hope they don't mess it up.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that I'm worried too because Resident Evil 3 was definitely nowhere near as good. It looked
Yeah,
beautiful, it played great, but they
right.
cut out a bunch of content from there. Even Resident Evil 2, they cut out a few places from there. But Resident Evil 2 was definitely the better remake between 2 and
Yep.
3. So I'm
It
afraid
was
of that
still
as
good.
well. Yeah, they were still good
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that they'll mess it up, but I mean I guess we'll wait and see. It's
Hopefully.
looking good so far. Hopefully, we get like another Gamescom trailer or something in the next few days because Gamescom is running for the rest of the week. And if they do, we'll definitely mention that on the podcast because I'm excited for that. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I love Resident Evil. It's really really I don't know. It's one of those franchises to me that doesn't get old. It was going downhill definitely when 6 came out, but they resurrected
Yeah.
it with Resident Evil 7 and then 8
I
for
didn't
sure.
like 5. I fell off after 5.
See,
Like 5 was
Oh,
one
really?
where I was like,
5
eh.
is special to me because I co-opted with my brothers, so that it's
Okay.
a little bit
Right.
different. So it was fun that way. But yeah, for sure, as a Resident Evil game, it was nowhere near as good. Which it's a shame that Dead Space followed that route with Dead Space
Dead
3.
Space 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
Yep.
like
was
why?
trash,
They
Like
dude.
people
they
didn't
dropped the
like
ball on
Resident
that
Evil
one.
Well,
5 because of that.
Well, they started doing that kind of stuff on Dead Space 2. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so like Dead Space 1 was an actual like horror like survival game,
Yeah,
and then Dead Space 2 turned into more like a action like horror like kind of like deal.
yeah,
Like, and it's kind of like it's not as scary like when you have like a whole arsenal of guns. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
zombies don't really
Exactly.
scare you as much or whatever, like necromorphs or whatever.
yeah. Oh well. Hopefully these games
Hopefully.
come out amazing. 2023 is shaping up to be an amazing year. And there's still more news to come from Gamescom. We'll definitely be covering it on a future podcast if anything new does come out. So, as always, like and subscribe to our podcast. Definitely, again, we appreciate the support. And go ahead and check out our Patreon. Again, everything that you guys do with Patreon, every subscription you guys do does help us with new equipment. As you saw in our last video, we definitely did have a lot better video quality and a lot better things going on for it. Now we also have even better video quality. Mike has a new camera. Hopefully soon I'll have a better camera, a better microphone. Jesse's getting better equipment, and we're continuously trying to get better with our podcast. We're trying to shape it
And
up.
we're gonna start streaming too.
Yes,
and
and we're gonna start
individual
streaming,
content, so.
and those solo videos that we did promise will be coming out soon. There's just a lot of, things that we're going through to try to get this figured out. But we do appreciate your support. Like and subscribe. Continue to comment in there. We do enjoy those comments, and as always, continue to check us out at The Random Encounter. Thanks, guys.
Peace.